All right, folks, welcome. Get settled in. We got game 2 of tonight's 3-game set coming right at you. This is the Riptide taking on the Albatross in what's sure to be a good contest in this one. Malloy flings it around the boards. It's held there by Paulson with a brand new white helmet. Now dumped back the other way and around. Malloy and Frazier tangle up at center. It slips away back for Ostapina. He's pressured by Petersburg. Klukin will fire it up to neutral ice. Brandvold comes away with it, gets to Paulson. Paulson a drive and a save by Neeson. He'll squeeze the pads on that one for a whistle. Face-off coming up here with 14:22 left to go, period number 1. A first period that's brought to you by Fargo Nerd Night. It's like a TED Talk with beer. 3 speakers present whatever they nerd out about while the audience drinks along. Check them out on March 21st at 7 p.m. in the cellar below the Front Street Tap Room or at fargo.nerdnight.com. That's NITE.com. Be there or be square. Puck dumped back into the Riptide zone, slung out of the corner by Gresh towards the net. Rooted drive. Pad saved by Neeson from the point, blocked out front. Ostapina's shot knocked down by the Riptide defense. Gilbert comes up with it here, tries to move it up the boards for Casey Steinbach, one of the 2 Steinbach brothers. Ostapina recovers, slings it down. No icing, says the official. Either tipped on the way in or Riptide had an opportunity to play it. In either case, they set up out of their own end. Now to Josh Steinbach, racing into the zone, watched by Brissonette. Centers for his brother Casey, over his tape though into the near boards. Moved up ice, Brandvold hustling in. Austin Brandvold's going to beat this one out on a wraparound opportunity. Neeson across with a pad save, and he keeps this a tie game. So that whistle comes at 13:24 here, period number 1. And both teams going to use this opportunity to change a few skaters. We'll get set for the draw. Puck out of the near boards now. Pushed towards center, off of Schuler's skate. Joey Brissonette flicks it up. Paulson's going to gain the center red line and dump that all the way around. Out of the corner here, played around. Back to center. Paulson has it, weaving through some traffic. Shot on, but a save by Walbert. Out of the corner here, a drive. Schuler's shot wide of the net. Now up ice, Malloy recovers, goes D-to-D for Schuler, tipped up and ahead for Leisring. Into the offensive end, Rude working against Leisring. Both players trying to free up a puck here. Finally it comes away to Brissonette. He gains the offensive line. Gresh with him, his pass into the skates though. No one can come away with it cleanly. Now out of the corner. Both teams jostling for it here. 12:20 still to go, period 1. Gresh tries to work it towards the net. It's off the skate boot of Leisring to the point. Banked around. Gresh swats it towards the net. Brissonette looking to center, but Rude just out of range for it. He'll dump it. Try to get it low anyway. It's off a stick. Ends up towards the near boards. Tipped up off of Gresh's stick, and now the other way by the Riptide. Into the offensive end. Drop pass for Schuler. Schuler fires off a stick. It ends up below the goal line. Loose out front, but Brissonette able to come away with it. He races through center. His dad on the right wing. Joey Brissonette, a shot. He scores! Joey Brissonette opens the scoring in this one, and that goal is going to come at 11:37 here in period number 1. Face-off is away. Dumped in by Casey Steinbach. It rattles around the boards. Ostapina to get it. Poked ahead by Frazier. Held in, though, at the point. Worked up ice. Swept off the stick of Paulson. Casey Steinbach hangs with that one. Played up the boards. Now this could be, it likely will be, and icing call. That's going to come at 11:12, period number 1. And that's going to give us some time to tell you about Urban Toad Media. From business cards to billboards, headshots, commercial, and product photography, Urban Toad Media produces the quality marketing materials that reflect the high standards of your business. Make a statement with professional graphic design and photography from Urban Toad Media. Visit urbantoadmedia.com. So the blue line tipped out by Brandvold. Albatross could have numbers. No, the pass intercepted by Leisman. Good defensive play there. Gilbert gains the line. He shoots from the slot. Bar down! Oh, Gilbert, what a shot there. And we're all tied up at 1. That goal's going to come at 10:53 in period number 1. And I think it'll go from Leisring to Gilbert. So both teams getting set for the draw. It's away at center, D to D now. Out of the corner. Both teams battling for it there. It comes free to Leisring. A shot off the post from Gresh. Holy cow, Rude fires. That one's wide. Back to Rude in the slot. He puts one on. Blocked out front, though. Riptide tried to clear, held in by Ostapina off a skate boot, and back to Leisring, who dumps to center with speed. Gilbert in, freeing up a stick, and pushing a shot wide of the net. Hard to split the D there. Good active sticks by the Albatross defenders to get a stick lift, free up the puck a little bit. Malloy holds the line, a shot on. It's blocker down by Wahlberg. Now below the goal line, Ostapina slings it to the point. Held in by Bjorl. He shoots, tipped out front. Almost an opportunity there, but it's just a bit wide. Cycling low, Petersburg trying to find Steinbach. Brissonette on it. He pushes it back to the blue line. Held in, though, by Malloy. He spins and wraps it down low. Ostapina to get it with 9:40 still to go, period 1. Ostapina sets up. He finds Rude off the far wing, and back to center we go. Albatross will change 4 out of 5. Rude gets it towards the net. He's tangling up for there. Brandvold hustles, tries to get around Petersburg. Runs into the boards a little bit, but no worse for the wear. Up ice now, Schuler. Rink wide for Jason Branch now. Back to center, stolen away by Frazier. He's going to float that one in. A little dump and chase here. Paulson to get it. Wrapped around the boards. Kept in. Brandvold right up front. Frazier, he shoots, he scores! What a play there from Brandvold along the boards to tee up that puck in center right to the slot where Frazier buries it. That's going to be your second Albatross goal of the game. They now lead by 1. Time of the goal, 8:56. I think looks like it'll go from Brandvold to Frazier. Faceoff is away. Back at the point. Tip back to center. Kiefer works his way in. Kiefer driving the net. Tries to pull it in off the side of the net. Almost had it on net. Back to center. Brandvold works a puck free. He's got some time. He fires. It's off the shoulder of Neeson. Bounces up and into the corner. Now Leisring wraps around the boards. A shot from the point, blocked by a skate boot. Kiefer out of the corner, working against Paulson. Paulson with that shiny new white helmet. Both teams battling for their loose out front. A couple swats by Paulson, gets it on net, but a big save with the pad there by Neeson. Puck into the corner now. Paulson again a drive. A little wide of the net. It wraps around the boards. Schuler has it off the near wing. Works his way in and gets a shot on. It's wide of the net. That one's going to rattle all the way around, back the other direction, all the way down to the Riptide end. So they'll have to set up again here. 7:45 still to go, period number 1. Brandvold gloves that down, dumps it in, offside. So the Albatross have to tag up. That allows the Riptide to control here. Schuler sets up here, rink wide for Malloy. Just can't quite find the angle on it, and it's bounced back the other way. No icing, says the official. Rude forechecking hard, trying to free that one up. Steinbach steps into support for the Riptide. Steinbach, the other Steinbach, passes to the other Steinbach. Josh with a drive, pad save by Wahlberg. Out of the near corner now. Gresh tries to poke it free. He does, back to center. Rude tries to work it over the red line, but it's taken away by the Riptide. Into the offensive end for Gilbert. He's got the lone Riptide goal so far in this one. To the point here. Josh Steinbach a drive off the blocker of Wahlberg up into the glass. Below the goal line, Gilbert. Brissonette working to free it up. He comes away with it. Joey Brissonette, that is. Through center, weaving his way in. Walking against Malloy. Takes a look. Centers Owen just over the stick of Paulson. Josh Steinbach off the far wing has it swatted off his tape. Paulson tries to get to Brandvold, but it's out of his skates. It'll bounce on net, and Neeson will cover for a whistle. 6:13 still to go, period number 1. Faceoff is away. The puck careens through the crease. Riptide control. D below the net. Leisring sets up here to Schuler off the near wing. It's a little bit behind him. Can't quite handle it. Kiefer will step in. Trying to weave against Ostapina. Kiefer has it. Has it taken off his tape. Ostapina battling for it there. Petersburg a better angle on it, a bit anyway. Out of the corner. Both teams battle for it. The Albatross work it free. Frazier has it. He links up rink wide with Paulson. Off a bounce, it's going to roll all the way to Leisring. Albatross do recover in the offensive end. Here's Brandvold, a drive wide of the net. It rattles all the way around the boards. Holding the blue line is Ostapina. Now off the corner, a shot from Ostapina off the backside of Brandvold. Careens into the corner. Paulson a drive and off a skate or something. It ended up on net. Neeson had to make a save there. 5:13 still to go in the period. Both teams battling below the goal line. Brandvold a drive on the back door, but it's off the post. Leisring tries to flick it out. It's to the blue line, finally to center. Here go the Riptide into the offensive end. Centering pass, Schuler winds a drive. Oh, and I think that might have got the corner post. In any case, it's up into the far glass. Tipped back in. Klukin plays it up the boards. Frazier Rude tries to glove it down, and it's sent back to center by the Albatross. Ostapina here looks rink wide, tries to find Rude, but it's out of his reach. It'll go the length of the sheet for icing, so it'll take us all the way back to the Albatross zone. 4:32 still to go in period number 1. Faceoff is away. It bounces around in the corner. Ostapina has it. Ostapina gets it up for Brandvold. Brandvold tries to find Gresh on the near wing. He does. Randy Gresh in with speed. Gresh shoots. He scores! Oh, Randy Gresh on a breakaway. Buries that one top left. Oh, boy. And that's going to make it now a 2-goal Albatross lead. That one comes at 4:17 in period 1. And I think that'll go from Brandvold to Gresh. Face-off is away, handled by Brissonette in his own end. Delays, rockets one D. Too hot to handle. Albatross recover. Try to play it up the boards. Held in by Gilbert. He spins towards the net. Turnover here for the Riptide. They try to take advantage. Work down low in the feet. No one can see it. Brissonette finally comes away with it. Works it up the boards. Finally back to center. And the Albatross find Gresh on another break. Gresh is in. He weaves. He shoots. Oh, it's just wide. Oh, deja vu. Here's Steinbach off the far wing now. Josh Steinbach takes a look. Off for Gilbert. He misses a little bit of the shot anyway. Puck now ends up in the corner. Casey Steinbach handles. He rockets it through the air. Josh Steinbach a drive from the near wing. He scores! There it is. Josh Steinbach finishes on that one. Oh, what a shot he's got, folks. That goal is going to come at 3:28, period number 1, and that's going to make it now a 1-goal game. Albatross 3, Riptide 1. Back underway. Malloy works it free out of the corner. Flung through the air, glove down right at center. And we'll get a whistle. I didn't exactly see what happened, but Paulson works his way to the box. Looks like a tripping call from the official. It's check the rule book. I think it's alphabetical, but I think it's in the list of things that you're not allowed to do. So that's going to put the Riptide on the power play for the next minute 30. 3:11 still to go in the period. And the Riptide looking to take advantage of this one, maybe tie this game up here. A diving Frazier breaks that up. Joey Bissonette now with speed off the far wing. Bissonette in shorthanded. He shoots, he scores! Holy cow, folks. Joey Bissonette scoring shorthanded on the power play, which I guess would be the penalty kill if you're an Albatross person. An Albatross person? Is that like out of Greek mythology or something? Guys in the truck, will you look that up for me between the break? $1:15 still remaining on the penalty. The goal comes at 2:55 in period number 1, and that makes it now a 2-goal lead again for the Albatross. Puck back to center. Gresh tries to free it up. Ostapina handles, and he'll just dump it back the other way and run more time off the penalty. Back to get it is Leisring. Slings up and ahead. Now back for Petersburg. Loses a Lumber on the opportunity. Now Petersburg collides with Leisring. All kinds of chaos for the Powder Blue. 40 seconds still to go on the man advantage. 2:17 in the period. Devin Schuler has it through center, works his way over the offensive blue line. Schuler in, driving the net, working a backhand around. He shoots, he scores, and he crashes. Oh, man, you got to work on the celly. That's rough. But it brings us back to within 1, and that's going to be a power play goal for the Riptide. That one's going to come at 2:07 in period number 1. And the officials still conferring with the scorers table. I'm not sure exactly what they're discussing. And the crowd goes wild. The scorekeeper finally updated the score in the building, so a little bit of technical difficulty there with the, what do you call it? Oh, and Paulson on the back door. He breaks in the new helmet. There it is. That's another Albatross goal. That's going to make it a 2-goal lead for them again, officially now, as it's on the scoreboard here in Shields Arena. And that goal for Paulson, that's going to come at 1:55 in period number 1. So if you had 8 first period goals on your bingo card, you're doing pretty good right now, but don't get too ahead of yourself. There's still a minute 55 still to go in this period. Paulson off the far wing, works his way in, tries to center. It's blocked by Malloy, way up into the air. Coming down with it is Gilbert. Gilbert outlet pass here for Steinbach. Steinbach with some speed, but broken up by Klukin defensively. Now back to center. Malloy right in for Gilbert, right back into the offensive end for Gilbert. Driving the net, trying to get it out front. Between the legs, swatted away by Frazier. Now to the point. Geralt swings it around. Ostapina banks it back the other way. Borelt holds the line to the point, but not out. Gilbert holds there. He's pressured by Frazier. He'll work the puck down to Borelt again. Ostapina tries to free it up for the Albatross. Now out to center. 1 minute left in the period. Rink wide for Paulson. Chased down by Steinbach. He shoots pad save Neeson, and that one's fired at the official. He dives out of the way. Now back to center. Steinbach off for Gilbert. Works over the line. Steinbach helps support. Brandvold able to break that up, if only a little bit. Riptide still controlling the offensive end. 42 seconds left. Gresh intercepts one. Gets it ahead for Paulson. Paulson with some speed racing against Malloy. And that will be an icing call. Oh, they almost had Paulson there on the far wing, but instead it ends up being an icing. And that'll take the faceoff all the way down to the Albatross end with 33 seconds left to go here, period number 1. Faceoff is away. It's towards the net, blocked away by the Albatross defense. Trying to play it up is Ostapina. Turned over Schuler. Schuler working in down low. A shot saved by Wahlberg. Poked free by Bissonette. He checks the time and then he takes the puck up ice. Bissonette tangling up with Petersburg, trying to work it free. And Leisring finds it on his tape, plays it geometrically for Prunch now. Just out of his reach, back to center. 9 seconds left in the period to the blue line. Back to center. Albatross have it, and that'll just about do it for period number 1. So there we go, folks. Through the first 15, it's Albatross 5, Riptide 3. Don't go anywhere, though. We'll be back with the period number 2 after this. Stay tuned. It's FMA Hockey. All right, folks. Welcome back. Get settled in. This is period number 2. And I don't know if it, what was it, Beyonce that broke the internet that one time or whatever? Oh, yeah, the guys in the truck are telling me it wasn't Beyonce, it was somebody else. Anyway, the one time the internet was broken, I'm concerned that the scoreboard may break here. If we got 8 goals in the first period, you know, if that tracks and that continues, what is that, 16 in the second and then 32 by the end of the game? That's could be one of those nights. Puck in the corner here. Both teams battling for it. It comes away to the point. A shot from Brissonette. Pad saved by Neeson. Below the goal line here, Malloy tries to control. He's pestered by Gresh. Getting it up is Schuler off the heel of the stick of Petersburg. And back to Brissonette now. Albatross working in. Brissonette spinning. Lots of moves behind the net now. Head up. He looks for a passing option. Angled off the puck. It's still loose, though. Brissonette hangs with it. Now driving the net. A 2-on-0. Brissonette tries to center for Gresh. There's another shot. Oh, puck's loose. Rude has it here. He puts one on. He scores. Holy cow. What an effort there by Brissonette to keep the puck on the far wing. He eventually came away with it. Drove the net. Rebound. Puck loose. All kinds of things. And then Rude, fortunate to find it on his stick, and just launches one towards the net. And here we are, a minute 2 into period number 2. That's our first goal here. So that makes it now Albatross 6, Riptide 3. Face off is away. Ostapina, pressured by Gilbert, gives it up ice quickly. Frazier up the far wing, working in. Puts a shot on, pad save Neeson. That one's to the corner. Paulson frees it up, tries to center, but it's blocked by Gilbert. Steinbach has it here. Joshua swept off his stick, back into the zone. Kiefer will get it, though. Kiefer sets up here for the Riptide, pestered by Paulson. Brandvold tries to contain things at the blue line, but sliding out to center. Are the Riptide now turned back the other way, up the near wing for Paulson. He's got one tonight. Paulson in, delaying, looking for support. Sends it through the crease. Frazier can't get there just in time, though. Back to the point, Ostapina. Pressured, will dump it along the boards. Down low, Leisring has it. He'll rocket it around. Ostapina has it here now. A drive from the point out front and right into the glove of Neeson for a whistle. So face-off coming up now out of the Riptide zone. 12:59 still to go here in period number 2. Now back to center. Gilbert, 3-on-2 for the Riptide. Gilbert in, trying to split the D. He does, he shoots, he scores! Oh, what an effort from Gilbert there, and he tallies his second of the night, splitting the D. Top shelf goal. Oh, boy. So now we got a 2-goal game again. It's now Albatross 6, Riptide 4, and that goal is going to come at 12:40 in period number 2. Face-off is away, banked off the boards and around. Steinbach able to intercept. Gilbert here working against Gresh out of the corner. Klukin bangs it around the boards for the Albatross, tries to get it out, but Malloy activates from the point. Ostapina now for Gresh off the near wing. Now to Rude at center. Rude in, he fires, but a good block out front by Bjorl. Down low, Rude has it here. Out front, but stolen away by Malloy. Here's the blue-helmeted Joe Malloy into the offensive end. Tries to weave through Klukin, but a good defensive play breaks that up. Puck tipped back to center. And that one will rattle back into the Riptide zone. Bjorl has it. He flings it rink wide, intercepted by Ostapina. Albatross were offside, though, so unable to chase that one down. They have to tag up. That allows the Riptide to control. They head back to center. Paulson dumps that one in. Chasing it down and getting a stick on it, freeing it up. Frazier, Paulson right out front. Puck loose. Brandvold to drive. Oh, but a save by Neeson, and that's a high stick there. So the official with the whistle, and the faceoff coming back to center. No, I take that back. Faceoff going all the way back down to the Albatross zone. 11:24 still to go, period number 2. Faceoff is away here. Brissonette plays it around the boards, trying to get it to Frazier, but it's intercepted by the Riptide. A shot taken away, though. Again, trying to clear, but again intercepted by the Riptide. Near side, Petersburg can't quite handle it. Pressured by a couple Albatross. He'll play it around the board. Frazier has it here, tries to chip it around. He finds success. Now back to center. Paulson on the near wing. Oh, just too early. Oh, dang it. So that'll bring the faceoff back to center. 10:50 still to go in period number 2. Schuler has it here. Rink wide for Kiefer. Now up and ahead for Petersburg. Into the offensive end. Petersburg up. Shot, but he's tied up by Joey Brissonette. Out of the corner now. The Albatross look to break out. It's held in at the line just for a moment, though. Brissonette recovers. Evading a stick at his own blue line. The puck poked ahead, and it will be an icing call. So back to the other end we go. 10:27 still to go, period number 2. And folks, when it comes to business cards to billboards, headshots, commercial, and product photography, Urban Toad Media produces the quality marketing materials that reflect the high standards of your business. Make a statement with professional graphic design and photography from Urban Toad Media. Visit urbantoadmedia.com. That one lofted up into the air, nearly wobbled its way past Wahlberg, but getting the save. Another one shot right across the bow, ends up in the near corner. Bjoralt pinches, tries to hold the line. Rude working it free for the Albatross. Back to center, tipped up by Brissonette. Steinbach off to get it. Trying to dangerously weave past Brissonette. Now Steinbach through center. Into the offensive end. What a move there by Steinbach. He shoots. Oh, and a whopper of a save by Wahlberg. Puck played off the near boards after the rebound. Out of the point. Bjoralt tries to hold. Here's Brissonette. With speed, all alone, Joey Brissonette. He's in. He can't quite handle the puck. Oh, dang it. Puck played back around. Malloy intercepts. Sets things up here. Chased down by Frazier, but Malloy will get it back to center at least. Brissonette's going to dump that in and go off for a change. 9:24 still to go in the period. To the point now. Paulson, his pass intercepted. Worked up ice to Gilbert. Through center now come the Riptide. Gilbert weaving, losing an edge a little bit, and the puck swatted back to center. Bjoralt tries to get it in, but it's blocked by Brandvold. Now back to center. Casey Steinbach off the far wing. Tries to set one up for Gilbert. It's off for Josh Steinbach now. Into the corner. 8:56 still to go in the period as the puck wraps around the boards. Leisring tries to play it down low, intercepted and leaked back to center. Paulson chases it down. It could go far enough for icing, and it does, if just barely. 8:38 still to go here, period number 2. Albatross lead by 2, but holy cow, we've seen a lot of goals in this one, and a couple back and forth-ness goals. Both teams trading chances so far here. Kiefer now works it ahead for Petersburg. Back to Kiefer. Kiefer from the slot. Back to the point. Leisring has it. Tries to work his way in. Can't pull it on the heel drag. Now back up and ahead for Brandvold. Brandvold with speed. Chased down by Schuler. And that'll be a penalty for sure. And everybody taps gloves and hand sticks back to each other. That's what you like to see. Sometimes you got to take the penalty on your buddy because you can't let him get in and score. You wouldn't want to do that. But the other thing that's really positive is a lot of the folks that are playing here in the league that you see in front of you tonight that have come from the drop-in program. So, like, everybody just shows up and plays hockey and gets together and just has a grand old time. So, another option besides just the championship league. So that puts the Albatross on the power play for the next minute 30. Time of the penalty, 8:20. Shot on it. It's sticked away to the end boards. Gresh centers. Klupkin from the point. D to D Ostapina. Ostapina handles, he works it down into the corner. Gresh with some time back for Ostapina. Ostapina takes a look, walks in with space. He shoots well wide, hard off the boards. Now Klukin tries to pinch and hold it in, but it's poked out by Petersburg. Albatross will have to regroup. 1:01 still to go on the man advantage for the Albatross. 7:47 in the period. Up ice for Gresh. It's past his stick. He works against Malloy to free it up. Swatted back to the blue line, and it bounces out. So the Albatross will have to tag up again. 42 seconds remaining on the penalty. But dumped ahead. Petersburg now, shorthanded, works his way in. Glove save, Wahlberg. What a dandy there. He keeps his team up by 2 with the shorthanded opportunity. Face-off coming up here with 7:18 still to go. 29 seconds left on the penalty. Brandvold in, skating hard, all alone on a backhander. He shoots. Big save by Neeson. Holy cow. What a job to stand tall on the breakaway by Chris Neeson. 11 seconds as Gilbert's in shorthanded. Rink wide for Steinbach. Steinbach winds and fires, and that one's way up into the air. Everybody doing their best job to umbrella over the net and keep that one from falling in over the shoulders of Wahlberg. So that'll get us a face-off out of the Albatross. And 2 seconds left on the penalty. 6:51 in the period. Later on the point. Brissonette handles here. Worked up for Paulson. Back to full strength now. Brandvold tips that one in. Schuler will go back to retrieve it. Dumped back out to center. Intercepted over the blue line. Schuler, what a good stick there. Poked away, however, by Brissonette. Worked its way up ice. Paulson off the near wing. Leisering tries to poke it out. He's able to. Now back to center. The Riptide will dump that one all the way around the boards. Steinbach works his way towards it. It hops over his stick, but a shot from the point. Wahlberg loose out front, tapped out of the air by Gilbert. Holy cow. What a play there by Gilbert to tap that one out of midair. And if memory serves, that's going to be 3 for him tonight. So something, hat trick, something. So what an effort by Gilbert so far in this game. Still 6:05 to play in the period. Keeper handles out of his own end. Kiefer working his way in. Klukin a defensive play to break that up. Ostapina off the boards. Steinbach from center. Now Leisring back for Steinbach. Steinbach takes a look here. Tries to find Gilbert. Taking the other way though. Gresh hustling in. It rolls free on net. And that'll get us a face-off here. Out of the Riptide end. 5:37 still to go. Period number 2. Klukin rings it around the boards, but it's intercepted by Bjorl. Back to center. Pronch now off the near wing, watched by Klukin. Swatted away at the blue line, and now back to center. Petersburg sets up for the Riptide. Played ahead, Bjorl hustles in. The defenseman weaving around one stick, tries to center, and pushed just wide of the net by Schuler. Now below the goal line here, it's played around the boards, just over. No, onside, says the official. Back for Pronch now. Poked away by Ostapina, and he heads up ice. Ostapina, a little give and go there. Far side for Gresh. Ostapina driving the net. Gresh shovels one towards, but it ends up behind the net, wrapping around. Malloy tries to free it up. He does that center. It's a 2-on-1. Here's Malloy with Schuler. Malloy in. Malloy in. Back for Schuler on a backhand. Puck loose. A shot. Save Wahlberg. Brissonette recovers now out of the corner, slings it up, and it's off two different people, and Paulson picks it up at center. Into the offensive end for Brandvold, just past his stick, though, out of the corner. Brandvold plays it around. Leisring will have to get it there out of the far corner. 4:23 still to go, period number 2. Brissonette again from center, dumps it in. Paulson after a turnover, loose out front. Frazier can't quite pull the trigger on it. It's off the heel of his stick. Paulson has it here from the slot to the point. Ooh, maybe a little bit of a dangerous thing there as the point was well covered by the Riptide. Off the near wing, Steinbach back defensively, Brissonette. Steinbach gets it across. Petersburg can't quite handle it, and a shot on net sticked away into the corner by Wahlberg. Now wrapped around. Frazier here. Frazier ahead for Brandvold, tipped in. Gilbert has it, only to be knocked away by Brandvold rather. Now back to center. Steinbach working his way to the offensive end, delays, gets it for Gilbert. Gilbert strong on the puck at the slot, a shot there, blocker save. Wahlberg, puck loose behind the net. Oh, Gilbert was thinking about that tricky little move that people do sometimes behind the net, but to no avail. So face-off after the icing comes back to the Albatross end. 3:06 still to go here, period number 2 in what is now a 1-goal game. Albatross 6, Riptide 5. Brissonette spins it around. Malloy reads that well and intercepts. Malloy tries to work it free, but it's picked off and taken the other way. Frazier in now. Frazier shooting. Puck loose out front and cleared away by Steinbach. Good defensive play there. Now up ice and tipped in. No, icing, says the official. So that'll take us on the face-off all the way down again to the Riptide end. 2:43 still to go here, period number 2. Malloy slings it for Steinbach, but that's going to be a little bit too far. And that will be another icing call. So face-off coming all the way back down again after the icing. That's what I thought. The guys in the truck are informing us that since the goalie came out to the crease and touched it, but the official still called the icing. The play should have gone on, but the official had blown it dead in any case, so that takes the face-off back to center. But the Riptide end up icing it anyway, so if you had that on your bingo card, I guess you check that off for whatever that's worth. Face-off now, 2:27 still to go, period 2. Malloy handles, will he ice it? No, it's tipped ahead for Gilbert, now Steinbach. Steinbach pokes it in. Wahlberg will watch it go by. Steinbach first to it, tries the center, but it leaks out back to the neutral zone. Albatross handled out of their own end. Gresh off the far wing. Gresh bangs that around the boards. It wobbles its way into the near corner. Malloy tipped up and ahead. Now Steinbach from center with Gilbert. Gilbert in, weaving a bit, hanging onto the puck. Brissonette pokes it free up and into the air, and the Albatross recover, headed back to center. Turned over at the center red line, one direction and the other. Minute and a half still to go here, period 2. Paulson weaves around one defender into the offensive end. Paulson puts the shot on. Pad save by Neeson. The puck away to the far boards. Gilbert sets up here to the near wing for Steinbach. Steinbach in, spinning, looking, delaying. Sets up here, centering, but it's blocked away by Brandvold. He reads that well. Riptide able to hold the zone. Steinbach from a narrow angle shot. A blocker saved by Wahlberg right out front. Oh, Casey Steinbach, and he was able to just push it wide. Now to the points. Walking in, Leisering, but tied up with a few sticks, not able to get a shot away. Punched off the boards and out for Paulson. Bounces off his skate. He gives away for Brandvold. Brandvold in now. Brandvold a shot blocker save Neeson. Puck into the far glass. Both teams battling for it off the far wing. 38 seconds left in the period. Rude has it. It jumps over his stick to the near boards. Rude tries to collect this one. Looks to the center, but it's read and stolen away by Leisering. Leisering through center, hustling in. Offensive end, puts a shot up hard and wide of the net. It crashes off the boards and around. Petersburg now a shot off the side of the net. 17 seconds left. Schuler out of the corner, centers for Malloy. Malloy a backhander, he scores! That's my neighbor! He did it! A late goal for the Riptide ties this one up at 6. It's Joe Malloy with 8 seconds left to go in period number 2. Well, what a momentum builder going into the half if you can come back and tie this one up. Face-off is away. Both teams fighting for it right at center. 5 seconds, puck into the corner. Schuler has it here. He centers, and Malloy right through the crease misses that one. So there you have it, folks. Through 2, we're just as tied as when we started through 30 minutes of hockey. But we got a whole 15 minutes coming up after this. It's period number 3. Stay tuned for FMA Hockey. All right, folks. After 2 periods, tied up at 6, we got 15 minutes coming at you. Will that be enough to decide this one? We had our first ever overtime contest last week, so who knows what's in store here. Face-off is away from center. Schuler comes up with that one. He plays it ahead. Over the line, a little drop pass here. Shot on. through the crease. It rattles around to the boards. Malloy from the point, pestered by Frazier. He'll have to work the puck down low. Schuler has it out of the corner here. Dances working against Ostapina to the boards for Malloy. Back for Schuler. Back for Malloy. Back for Schuler. To the point now. Albatross clear. Might go all the way. No icing, says the official. Riptide defender had an opportunity to play it and let up, so no icing on that. Centering pass finds its way to Schuler. He works his way into the offensive end, working against Ostapina. He delays and decides he'll just cycle that low and go off for a change. Played hard off the boards by Frazier. Leisering catches it in his skates. Moved into the far corner. Launch now a shot blocked by Kluka, and it bounces into the near boards. Clearing attempt by the Albatross, not once but twice, is off a shin pad and held in the zone by the Albatross, by the Riptide rather. Back to center, Paulson works that ahead for Brandvold. Out of the corner here, Riptide come away with it. Back to center, Petersburg racing all the way around. Recovers out of the corner here, centering for Prunch. Now he puts a shot, it's a little bit wide though, into the near corner. Leisering fires, and that's quite high. One rattles around to the blue line, not out yet. Finally, the Albatross swat it back to center. Riptide control, however, with under 13 to go, period number 3. Gilbert driving the net, thinking about a wraparound. He centers, finds Steinbach in the slot, but a defensive stick breaks that up. Puck wrapped all the way around the boards here. Malloy from the point. From the high point area, puck loose out front after a rebound. Paulson plays it off the boards, and that one not enough on it to be icing. Neeson will have to, in fact, set it up, so that allows the Albatross to change some tired players after spending a bit of time in the defensive zone. Puck stolen here at center by Bissonnette. Malloy back with a good stick, breaks that up. Ruda shot, and that's into the pads of Neeson for a whistle. So face-off coming up here with 12:09 still to go, period number 3. Shot by Rude, a pad saved by Neeson. That one's cannoned around the boards. Tipped back to center by Steinbach. He's got some speed. Josh Steinbach hustling in, able to swat it away. It rattles into the near corner. His brother Casey centers out of the skates of Rude and back to center. Riptide control here by Leisering. Kiefer now from the far boards plays it up and ahead for Steinbach. Rude has this one. He'll dump it in. It's more dump than chase, and the Riptide are first to it. Leisering plays it around. Centering is Bissonnette after a steal, but no one's there in a teal jersey to take advantage of it. Puck to the blue line, held in by the Riptide. Excuse me, Albatross. Turnover right out front, right out of the slot. A shot by Bissonnette. That ends up wide. Now here's Frazier. Giving way for Rude. A shot through the crease. It rattles off the boards. Held in, work back down low for Frazier. Frazier has it here. Head up, he centers. Bissonnette tangled up, can't do anything with it. A shot there off a skate, and pouncing on it is Neeson. He said, enough of this nonsense. Let's get a whistle, and a face-off coming up here out of the Riptide zone. 10:58 still to go here, period number 3. I still maintain that Riptide zone sounds treacherous. Like, you got your offensive zone and your defensive zone and your neutral zone, and you know each team is whatever. But when you say Riptide zone, it sounds like a sign that you would see at the beach or something like that. But not that you should steer clear of, I guess. I don't know, just a dangerous sounding thing. Brandvold holds the line. He gets it ahead for Paulson. Paulson with a look, he drives in a big old chest save by Neeson. The rebound kicks loose. Pronch now off the far wing with some time. He sets up here, tries to get it for Leisering. Out of his reach, though. Brandvold recovers. Back for Bissonnette. Bissonnette rifles it at the official. The official dives out of the way. Boy, you got to be quick on your skates if you want to officiate this league. Now Malloy, he'll poke it around the boards. Lots of powder blue jerseys in that area. They come up with the puck. Schuler has it. Down low for Pronch now. Albatross kick it around. Schuler recovers, though. Poked out of the zone by Brissonette. Back to get it. Petersburg. He takes a look here. Gulps it to center. Malloy swats it out of the air. Pressured a bit. He tries to get it back for Petersburg, but it's out of his reach. Albatross bank it back to center with 9:36 still to go in the final frame. Malloy off the far wing now. Tries to get it across. A good block from Rude breaks that up. Brissonette working it over the line into the zone. Chased down from behind. Delays. Tries to get it low, but it's stolen back the other way by Petersburg in all alone. Here's Petersburg weaving, dangling, shooting. He scores. Oh, what a delayed move. Holy cow, the patience there to go backhand, forehand, then forehand, backhand, back to the forehand, and finally finishing on the backhand to break the tie. So it's now a Riptide 7, Albatross 6. And that goal is going to come at 9:11 in period number 3. Face-off is away here. Leisering has it from center. He'll float it in. Back to get it. Ostapina up the boards. Paulson trying to work it free. Kiefer holds the zone, if only for a moment, to be dumped back to center by the Albatross. Now Steinbach tries to work it over the line, but it's swatted away at the blue line. Leisering fires one rink wide. It's intercepted by Paulson at center. Tries to work it free, but the puck rolls off his stick. Now taken away by Gilbert. Gilbert through center into the offensive end. Tries to weave around Ostapina, but a good defensive play breaks that up. Ostapina for Frazier. Kiefer, a good defensive stick to swat that away. And here comes Steinbach off the far wing. Oh, he overskates it. And I think we'll get a tripping call. Holy cow. So I think it's Ostapina going to the box there on the trip. So that's going to put the Albatross on the power play. No, sorry, the other team. It's going to put the Riptide on the power play for the next minute 30. The penalty's coming at 8:18 in period number 3. So Riptide looking to maybe build on their earlier goal, extend this lead to 2. I'm sure it gives you a little bit more confidence here in period 3. And who knows, Albatross may be looking to kill this penalty, build some momentum. And I don't know, we've seen 1 shorthanded goal already in this game. Will we see 2? A shot from the point from Malloy is swallowed up by Wahlberg, and we'll get a whistle. Face-off coming up here now. 1:10 still to go on the penalty. 7:58 still to go in the period. Albatross using the whistle to change their penalty killing unit. Not a bad idea to get fresh skaters on the ice. You typically spend a lot of time in the defensive zone when you're on the penalty kill. Face-off is away. Brandvold has it. Brandvold with speed through center. Austin Brandvold in all alone. He delays. He shoots. He scores! Austin Brandvold shorthanded. You heard it here first, folks. Who called that? All right, I'm over it. Heck of a goal by Brandvold, though, to tie this one up at 7. Short-handed. Wow. I did not have that on my bingo card. Time of the goal, 7:51, period 3. Uralts from center at the red line now. It's swatted away by Brandvold. Back from Malloy, he has to delay to avoid the offside. Pestered by Brandvold. Brandvold steals this one. Here's Brandvold in a second time. Pestered by Gilbert. Oh, and out big with a poke check is Neeson. Everyone goes down. Everyone's back up. Malloy to center now. Ahead for Steinbach. It hops off his tape. He gets it to his brother Casey off the near wing. 32 seconds left on the penalty. That one worked to the slot. It's stolen away by Frazier. Frazier heads up ice now with a full head of steam. Into the offensive end. He's watched by Kiefer. Towards the net. A big stick save by Neeson pokes that one away to deny another shorthanded opportunity. 17 seconds left on the penalty. Here's Steinbach from the far wing, working his way in, delaying, weaving, he shoots. Oh, and it's a save by Wahlberg. He gloves that one down and thinks about playing it out. A little bit of a delayed whistle there, but, you know, maybe you don't want the whistle when your goaltender's standing there. There's no attackers nearby. You could just, you know, play it out, maybe try and shoot it down the ice or whatever. I don't know. All the crazy things that I might do if I was a goaltender. At any rate, 7 seconds left on the penalty. 6:54 in the period. Played around the boards by Klukin. Out of the box comes Ostapina. We're back to 5 aside. Ahead for Rude. It's off his backside. Poked away by Kiefer. Now to center into the offensive end. A shot from an angle off the side of the goal, and that was going to bounce up into the safety netting. So that'll get us a whistle. Face-off coming up here to the right of Wahlberg. What do you call it in football? Like a motion ahead of the snap or something like that? At any rate, play out of the corner here. Poked free by the Riptide. Stolen away, though, by Ostapina for the Albatross. He heads with speed off the near wing. Through center, Ostapina into the offensive end. Out of the corner, puck swept off his stick by Schuler. Frazier puts one towards the net, intercepted by Schuler. Now to center off the far wing. In is Petersburg. He delays. He shoots. Oh, and Wahlberg, he got it. It's loose. He's laying on it. Holy cow, what an effort from Wahlberg to keep that one out of the net. Oh, baby. He made the initial save. The rebound came loose. And, of course, Wahlberg staring up at the lights. No way for him to even see it. Puck hits him in the flank section, and he lays on it as best as you can to get the whistle. What an effort from the Albatross netminder as we get a timeout now. I think the Albatross were the ones that called it. So, yep, there it is. And timeout's going to come at 5:55 in period 3. Both teams going to talk some strategy here. I don't see any clipboards or any markers down on the ice, so watching carefully to see which team is talking about what. Definitely strategies for both sides. From the vantage point I've got here, I see more water bottle drinking from the Albatross than the Riptide. Oh, now we're even on water bottle drinks. It's 1-1. Riptide have 1. No, Riptide have 2. Albatross have also 2. Both teams staying hydrated during the timeout. And that's it. The officials end the timeout. It's 2 water bottle drinks aside. So we're tied up in goals. We might as well be tied up in hydration. Face-off coming up now out of the Albatross zone with 5:55 still to go in period 3. The official set. Face-off is away. Gilbert frees it up. He shoots off the mask of Wahlberg. Oh, baby, it's still loose. Finally cleared away by the Albatross D. On net, but blocked by Brissonette. Another shot from the point, blocked out front. Oh, there's one golfed off the crossbar. Finally rebound in by Gilbert. I think Gilbert got that. Holy cow. Off the crossbar, it bounced back out, and all kinds of topsy-turvy stuff. I don't know if that's how they planned it during the timeout, but if they did, I mean, that's a heck of a way to draw up a play. So that goal comes at 5:39 in period number 3. It does give the Riptide a 1-goal lead, but we still have at least a third of a period left to play here, and both teams have traded chances in this one, so this one is far from over. Puck loose through the slot. Frazier chases it down, working against Steinbach. To the point, held in by the Albatross. Good defensive play there. Loose puck ends up on the tape of Steinbach. He plays it ahead to his brother Josh. Now back to Casey. And dumped in. Not ahead of the red line, though, so icing waved off by the other official. Paulson, a little give and go here for Brissonette. Brissonette through center with some speed into the offensive end, working against Kiefer out of the corner here. He'll play it around the boards. Brandvold has it now. Played back the other way. It takes a couple wonky bounces. Ends up back at the point. Brissonette jumping into the play. Puck down low, intercepted by Bjorkstrand. And back to center. Gilbert almost able to come away with that one. Brandvold pressuring. Puck back to Brandvold's stick. He's got Paulson with him into the zone. Shot, and it's gloved down by Neeson. So that'll get us a whistle. Face-off coming up here with 4:27 still to go, period number 3. So both teams set for the draw here. The official ready. Face-off is away. It's played around the boards. Klukin has it. He tries to get a shot off. Glove down though, and the Riptide head back to center. Crunch now plays it into the zone. Ostapina has it out of the corner. He'll play it up for Gresh. Randy Gresh off the near wing now, working in. Working through some sticks. Puck rolls away into the far corner. Rude here, tangling up. Gresh trying to work it free. Finally comes free for Kiefer. He works it to center. Kiefer in. Ostapina hustling back. Ostapina, oh, and the puck loose after the shot attempt. It ends up on the side of the net, and the official's going to blow that one dead. And the puck wedged into the net. So we'll get a face-up here to the left of Wahlberg. 3:42 still to go in the period. It'll be Brissonette and Petersburg on the draw. Of course, Chris Brissonette for the Albatross. Father-son combo of Chris and Joey. Puck played ahead for Paulson. He pokes it to center, but just out of the reach, and Malloy will get to it. Malloy spins away from pressure, tries the center, stolen by Brissonette. Albatross would have been offside. He hadn't lost it. Frazier fighting to get that one free. He gets the shot away, and Neeson will dive on that one for a whistle. So face-off coming up here out of the Riptide zone. Both teams getting some fresh skaters on here. 3:21 still to go in the period. So into the final minutes. Brandvold for the Albatross, Gilbert for the Riptide. 1 to the point. Floated up. Not out of the zone though. Brissonette holds. Hangs with it. Tries to center off a skate boot and cleared off the far wing. Steinbach tries to hustle after it, but it rolls away from him. Intercepted at center, though. Into the offensive end. Here come the Riptide. Rink wide Steinbach. Steinbach a shot. Blocker saved by Wahlberg. Another save off the mask by Wahlberg, and he sprawls and dives on that one. Holy cow, what an effort there by Devin Wahlberg. Great play there. It looks like the shot maybe even knocked the mask loose. He'll have to adjust some straps and get that back into commission. So while Wahlberg works to fix his straps, that gives our announcer a chance to take a breather, take a sip of Gatorade, maybe get a fresh breath, puff on the inhaler maybe, and keep the lungs fresh. And Wahlberg's all set. 2:52 still to go, period 3. Rude rifles it off his teammate. It ends up bouncing off the side of the net. Shot there wide by Steinbach. It rattles around. Gresh has it off the near wing through center. Gets it off for Brandvold. Brandvold tried to drop, but Gresh had moved towards the net. That allows Steinbach to control. Moves it ahead for Gilbert. He's got at least 3 tonight by my count, but I went to public school, so check me in the comments if that's wrong. Out of the corner now. Gilbert working in. 2:22 still to go, period 3. It's a weird bounce, freed up by Rude. He takes a look to see who's with him. Over the offensive line, a shot. Blocker save Neeson, and that one's up into the safety netting for a whistle. Big old blocker save there from Neeson. Keeps his team with a 1-goal lead. Still 2:10 to go here, period 3. I'm gonna try and watch the game with my left eye to keep commentary on it, and with my right eye, I'm gonna keep an eye on Wahlberg to see if he leaves the net early. We'll let you know if he does. Face-off is away. It rolls over the blue line. Brissonette dumps that one in. Back to get at the Riptide. They set up here off the near wing for Schuler. Schuler up to center. He finds Petersburg. Into the offensive end now. Taking off his stick, work back to center. Rink wide for Paulson into the offensive end. Paulson spinning away from pressure, delays for Brissonette. Brissonette from the slot, loose out front. Oh, it's in the corner now. Kiefer has it, tries to free it up. A good block there from Paulson, keeps it in the zone. A shot right across the bow of Neeson. And headed back up ice is Schuler. 1:22 left in the period. Schuler in. He delays. It's poked off his stick by Brissonette. Centering. Loose out front. A shot. Save Wahlberg. Oh, puck loose. It's behind the goal line. Here it is below the net. Both teams battling for it, trying to free it up. Finally, it comes free to Brissonette, and I think we'll get a whistle for the net becoming dislodged. A big pileup behind the net forces that net free, and we'll get a face-off here. 1:07 still to go here, period number 3. Albatross discussing who might go off if they pull the goalie. 1:07 left. There's a face-off win, but it pokes right on net. Wahlberg on the save. Puck rattled around the boards. Down to 1 minute in the period. Here's Gilbert out of the corner. Cycles down low for Steinbach. Stolen away by Ostapina. Here's Ostapina. Wahlberg already leaving. Eager to get the extra attacker on. Puck turned over at the blue line. Both teams battling for it. Poked into the zone. We'll get a tripping call here against the Riptide as Ostapina is hauled down. So that kind of makes things interesting. 42 seconds left. If you were an Albatross coach and you were down by a goal, you're on the power play, do you pull the goalie? That would let the other team shoot at your empty net without fear of icing, but you would have the 2 extra skaters. Oh boy, I don't know. What do you do? Let me know in the comments below. What do you think? The Albatross have opted to pull the goalie on the power play. 36 seconds left. They score! They score! Brandvold on the back door. Ah, they did it. We're all tied up with 34 seconds left in this one. The Albatross take advantage of the power play and score. Holy cow, all tied up at 8. Well, now what do you do if you're 34 seconds left, period 3? And here we have a Riptide timeout. So I noticed both teams talk strategies during the timeout. I can't help but notice the officials near the scorer's box also talking strategy. Probably about officiating, like favorite brand of whistle, I would imagine would be a topic for officials to discuss. Also, like how to get out of the way when people rifle shots and things at you, because that job should certainly come with some kind of hazard pay for some of those. Much safer to be in the scorer's table behind the glass. Or way up here in the booth, closer to the pretzel vendor that has those soft pretzels, like with that cheese that's good to dip in. Like we really live like kings up here, I guess. Just needed an intern or something to go get me a pretzel from the pretzel vendor. So yeah, if you want to be a pretzel intern, let me know in the comments below. Face-off is away, 33 seconds left, tied up at 8. Leisering handles out of his own end. Looks to get it up, intercepted. Brandvold right up front for Paulson. Turned the other way, though. Gilbert overskates it. 19 seconds left. Riptide move back to center. Gilbert has it, tries to get over the line. Ends up colliding and falling into the offensive end. Kiefer tries to work it in. Tangling up, though, with the Albatross defense. Puck out of the corner. Both teams battling for it, and that's going to do it for the Horn. Oh, boy. We finished the same way we started, all tied up at 3, but we're taking this one to an extra frame. It's going to be 3-on-3 overtime for 5 minutes. We're going to take like a 5-second pretzel break. I'm going to be right back. So stay tuned for overtime in FMA hockey. Here we go, folks. Both teams. This one undecided through 3, so that means we go into a 4th period. Much like the second period, the directions are switched, but unlike the second period, it's going to be 3-on-3 sudden death overtime hockey. Face-off is away. Frazier tries to work through Malloy. An active stick breaks that up. Dumped back in by Brandvold. Malloy recovers, though. Move back for Schuler. Poked ahead, Brissonette hustling after it. Held a bit by Malloy, maybe. Brissonette in, all alone. Brissonette in, he shoots, he scores! Oh, Joey Brissonette! What a finish to this one. Near final in game number 2 tonight is Albatross 9, Riptide 8. What an exciting game we had for you in this one. But we're not done yet. We got a 3rd game coming up after this. It's the Guardians taking on the Diplomats. Stay tuned for that one. Featuring fan favorite goaltender Rob Goff for the Diplomats in what's sure to be an exciting contest. Stay tuned. In the meantime, check out all the rest at fmahockey.com, and we'll see you soon.